BBC Radio Cornwall. What's the time? 20 minutes past 10. Do you make it 20 minutes past 10 where you are? It's Saturday, the 14th of April. Did you survive Friday the 13th okay? Unscathed, I hope. Are you superstitious about Friday the 13th, or are you okay with that? Do you think it's a load of old nonsense? Now, VW enthusiasts will be converging on Scythian Showground. In fact, they're there now for the longest-running VW show in the UK. And the event has been timed to coincide with the finish of a week-long moped ride, please, from John O'Groats to Land's End by over 100 VW owners. And there at the ground for us right now is Saul Cambridge. What's happening, Saul?
Lots is happening is the answer, Pam. Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, because, of course, I was here for you just after 8:30 this morning in Donna's programme. As you say, I'm at the Scythian Showground, Pam. It is the VW Action Southwest event. That's a special one-off weekend event here in Cornwall in aid of Brad's Cancer Foundation. More of that in a moment. And as you say, Pam, magnificently, some 50-plus brave moped and scooter riders made it in the end into Land's End yesterday in support of Brad's Cancer Foundation. Over £26,000 raised so far. This whole event is in support of Brad's Cancer Foundation. Brad being a teenager who was a VW enthusiast, hooked up with the VW Action team in 2003. We heard from Brian Burrows earlier. He's with me right now. And Brian and the VW Action organisation have adopted the charity ever since. So, Brian, welcome back on air.
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic. This place is starting to buzz. I mean, the flags are fluttering in the stronger breeze. The sun is still shining. More and more people are piling in. VWs everywhere. You must be pretty happy with it so far?
Yeah, it's good, yeah. It's a nice vibe. There's something about the VW community that's different from anything else. So, no, it's coming together.
We saw earlier, Brian, we were talking all shapes and sizes, all ages of VW. You know, campers, Beetles, of course, Golfs, you name it, it's all here. But you're here specifically. You've put this on. You're the world's longest-running VW group. You've put this event on in Cornwall, especially for Brad. Just remind our listeners, would you, who Brad was and how you met him?
Yeah, Brad was a VW enthusiast that used to turn up to events all over the country in his camper. Regularly came to VW Action and approached me in 2003. He'd been diagnosed with leukemia at that point and asked if he could go around with a bucket. So I just sat him down and got him to explain to me. And basically he said that while he was on the ward having his chemotherapy, it was awful for teenagers. They either got put in with the old guys or they got put in with kids. And with all the problems teenagers face anyway, it was a pretty grim time. So he set up the charity in his own name to kit out wards for stuff with teenagers. Sadly, a month later he'd gone, but the charity's carried on with his friends and family. And we handed over a cheque last year for £100,000. And on the run, I did the run myself. I'm the oldest on the run. We went to the hospital on the Tuesday on the way down in Nottingham, and there was a kind of eerie feeling. We were stood on a grass patch there, and the lady from the hospital said, "You stood on the site of where they're going to build a new ward."
This is all through the money you guys have raised, yeah. So Brad's family were from Nottingham, so we're talking about the main city hospitals in Nottingham.
It is Nottingham City Hospital.
Yeah. Now, you were in that fleet of very brave, hardy souls, 7 days, over 1,100 miles, Jog-Le for Brad, John O'Groats to Land's End for Brad. Yeah. You were the oldest in the fleet, you say, but you weren't the maddest.
No, we met a guy that, he wasn't even a VWer. He just spotted it on the internet, and he's a bit of an adrenaline freak, and he just joined up with us, Crazy Bob.
And you brought him to meet me?
Yeah.
Bob Frankham. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Come on, man. How did you find out about this? You're not even a VW dubber person.
No, I don't own a VW just yet, but I think Brian's working on it. But
okay.
yeah.
So how did you hear about the charity ride? Because 1,100 miles on a crazy little scooter is, crazy.
Yeah, I normally do stuff abroad, which the weather isn't as bad. So, yeah, I got signed up to this who's meeting it and speaking to some people on Facebook and got roped into it that way.
Tell us about your bike, because I've seen it. It's a rally...
It's a Rally RM5, like the Runabout, with elastic bands for front suspension and a 2.66 horsepower motor. It's from 1963, but it's British.
1963?
Yes.
Lovely old number plate, I happen to notice.
Yeah, I think that's the most valuable bit on it.
Is that that's the original plate?
Yes, I still have the cardboard logbook.
Yeah. Now, you did something a little bit different when you got to Land's End yesterday, having beasted yourself and the rally for 1,100 miles in 7 days through driving rain, high winds, all sorts going on. What did you do with your rally scooter, Bob?
A couple of my close friends helped me get it onto my shoulders. I had a picture taken of it on my shoulders, and then I proceeded to turn right and throw it off the cliff at Land's End.
Any particular reason for that? You just hated it by then?
Yeah, I'd had enough. I didn't want to ride it, but then Brian reminded me we had another 33 miles to drive in convoy to this show. So he told me that.
So the good news is it has made it back in more than one piece, I think. It's made it back here to the Scythian Showground. So anyone listening that's going to come here this weekend to the showground can see Bob's rally bike that is just about hanging together.
It is, and I think all I can do to that bike now is I can give it to the charity, and they will auction it tomorrow. So I think that's fair.
Well, listen, you're a star fella. I mean, thank you for joining the cause. I know Brian's very grateful. You didn't know these people a week ago, did you?
No, it's a family. I didn't ever think it to be glamorous, but I thought waking up in a tent in Windermere or by the side of Loch Ness and getting out of my tent, I wasn't expecting to be Valentino Rossi with my bike running and someone putting my sunglasses on my head and setting off, and then a fuel stop like Jensen Button where my tyres checked, a quick fuel and off. I wasn't ever envisaging it being like that, but no, it's been great with the people, and people call me Crazy Bob, but anyone who's been involved and who's flipped a burger or boiled a kettle for us, or a guy who was cleaning our visors and giving us Jaffa cakes on the run, who off the forum just found out the trek where we were going and just met us at a petrol station, or people who've erected tents, that's a big job. Then we see them overtaking us at lunchtime to be setting the next camp up. That's all a good feeling, people cheering on the way. So no, it has been, everyone's crazy, not me.
Well, Crazy Bob, thank you very much, and thank you for joining the cause. Welcome to Cornwall.
Thank you very much.
Come back soon. Brian, final word for you. Anyone wanting to know more? It's going to be it's an action-packed weekend. Lots going on. Come on down. All for a good cause.
Absolutely. Every penny will go to a good cause. Have a good time. Good cause. Everyone's a winner.
There's some very colourful people here, Pam. Just to sort of say farewell to you for now, there's a sleek, brown VW camper van not so far from me. The owner, sadly, is away at the moment. Let me just give you the background. It's got a German-designed number plate. It's a beautiful, sleek, almost brand-new VW camper. He is actually from Scotland. He's come from Peterborough. The number plate turns out to be from Northern Ireland. Now, how's that for a geography lesson this morning? See you soon.
Well done, Saul Cambridge. Travel news.
BBC Radio Cornwall.